What's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream. This is gonna be the one of the new live stream city updates I'll be doing from now on. So all of my city updates will be on a live stream. That way I can focus more of my videos on stuff like new mocks and stuff like that. So I'm not constantly bogged down by having to do a city update whenever I make big changes. I can always just hop on the live stream, not have to worry about editing too much. So we've got two people in this right now. So I imagine most of you have seen either the Instagram post or the video, or both, about my brand new Harley Davidson motorcycle. People on Instagram and on YouTube, they've asked me, oh, tutorial, 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 Of course, I explained in the video that one will be up tomorrow. And that should be a relatively short one. It's not too complicated of a build, although it is quite fragile. The actual build for it doesn't take much time to actually do, so I'm sure most of you are excited about that. But I do have a lot of updates in the city to go through, and I was hoping that more people would actually join in before I started doing that. But that doesn't seem to be the case right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and start it up. So really the first thing that I want to show you guys is the hospital, because in the last live stream I did, I was working on that, but I didn't really get around to finishing it or anything. So I actually did finish this new wing of the hospital, at least the structure for it. I haven't finished any details on that third floor area, but I still got some figures and rooms set up. And then I was able to finish that second floor where I have the operating theater. I still haven't made a connecting bridge from this side to that one, but that should be coming soon. I've actually put off the hospital project because I do want to work on some other stuff. All I really wanted to do was at least finish up this structure. That way I can move on to something else. So that's really the plan for that. I was able to redo this overhang right here and add this red stripe that goes through it just to bring in some of the design elements and colors from this hospital. I still have to turn this kind of like siding and awning into red, still in the old blue color scheme. So that's got to be changed. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Probably when I get back to doing the interior of the hospital. No, neither of the trains are motorized. When I first built those trains, I wasn't focusing on motorization because I knew that I wasn't going to have a track big enough for them to go around. Um, these aren't very good at going around turns because of their size, so I wasn't too concerned about motorization. That might be something that comes a few years in the future, but until then, I think I'm just going to leave them unmotorized. Motorizing these custom bogies would be quite the challenge, something that I'm really not planning on doing right now because I do have other projects that I do want to work on. So the other thing in this section that I did change was the fire station. I think I did this in my last live stream. I may not have shown you, but I did change up the color scheme of the fire station. The overall design of it hasn't changed except for maybe this living quarters area. The design of that has changed, but you can see that I changed it into that darker tan, and pretty much the same details stayed, but that's what I did for that. I still kept that black side, which I really liked. And I added a similar feature on this side as well. I still got a hose tower right here. Just put a tree in the back because I don't know where else I'm going to put that. I still don't know what I'm exactly going to put in there. It's going to be something, probably a larger building. That space is just empty for now, though. Right now, I'm actually turning away from working on emergency vehicles, even though that is something that's probably a huge staple of the channel. I'm actually starting to move away from that for a time, because I do want to work on some other stuff like civilian vehicles, buildings, and stuff like that. So, yeah, there haven't been too many changes when it comes to my police departments, fire departments. The design of some vehicles has actually changed though, like my Ford Explorers. So the last time that you guys saw these, they were 5 wide builds. Now they're 6 wide. This was about 3 or 4 months ago that I did this. People have pointed out that those windshields are far too slanted, and yeah, they're right. But the thing is I tried a lot of other different windshields. That's the only one that I felt looked good on these. So I just stuck with it, and this same design has been carried out through the rest of my Ford Explorers, so that goes for the SWAT and fire department ones. The design of the emergency service unit has also changed as well. It's a 2018 F-250. This whole front section has been changed with the windshield and the windows and stuff like that. The back section has been changed also. So you got those cabinets, another cabinet back there too. Other than that, things in my police department haven't really changed. With my EMS vehicles, my ambulances, I'm sure a lot of you are probably already aware of the design change for those. Um, has actually changed a little bit just to make the front end a bit taller. And I actually doubled up on that orange striping that goes through. And I'm pretty happy with how that looks. That is carried out through all of my EMS vehicles. The last time you guys saw it, my EMS agency, it only had the 2 ambulances, but that has actually changed. And yes, it was a Tahoe in the background. I actually changed over to these hubcap, like these rims right here, recently. I know they're not accurate to what they actually look like, but I tried other ways of doing it. It just didn't look as good, so I stuck with that because I felt like it looked the best. If there was a better way of doing it, I would, but when it comes to like minifigure scale, you can't get a whole lot of detail. What is the yellow and blue stripes? Um, that was actually a detail that I just got from uh, like the Boston ambulances. Actually, a lot of my city is inspired by the city of Boston. So that whole color scheme for the ambulances was inspired by Boston EMS. So you can actually go on Google Boston ambulances, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Tahoe, it's actually a 2013. I wanted to go with those because I actually like the look of those better than the newer ones. Not to say that the newer Tahoes look bad, but I just prefer the older ones a little bit better. I'm kind of thinking whether or not I should show you the new EMS vehicles because I was going to do a whole separate video about that. I might just give you a sneak peek of those. So I'll show them to you. So we got this one. This is a supervisor unit. You can see it's in the same color scheme. I'll go into more detail about this in a separate video. Same thing goes for the other new one, which I will grab right now. A lot of this stuff is scattered throughout the city and on windowsills and under the city because there's only so much room that you have. So, this is a mass casualty response unit. It's a 2013 Ford F550 with this back section here. Has enough equipment to treat 50 patients. Uh, what I really want to do, probably within the next 6 months, I want to build an ambulance bus to actually transport patients during some sort of mass casualty event. A lot of big cities have them, like Boston, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Uh, they all have those mass casualty ambulance bus things. So I do want to build one of those. So, what else? Also pertaining to EMS is the EMS station that I've been working on a little bit. I was able to get some more profile bricks up along the walls. Got some detail in there. The other ambulance is sitting in the bay. The doors don't open. I wasn't too concerned about that. I didn't have the right pieces to make opening doors that match the color scheme, so I left it as is. This open space right here, this is going to be an architecture firm on top and a small real estate agency on the bottom. So these guys design the buildings, and the people on the bottom are going to sell them. I think that'll be pretty cool. Get some more commercial buildings in the city, more custom stuff is what I'm really starting to focus on. Got this area that I haven't really done much with. Kind of this whole area needs to be worked on, especially the train yard. I don't have a whole lot going on here. I do want to flesh this out, get some more minifigures, work on this entrance part because this is bare bones. This area, definitely want to maybe fence off some yards, stuff like that. Create walkways, make that look a bit better. Because right now it's just a hollow, empty space, which is looking kind of plain. So, back over to the front of the city. What you guys have obviously noticed by now is the city is now on a table. I pointed that out in my last live video, but I don't think I went into much detail. So, a lot of the stuff that was in the city before, which was over there when this was on the floor, I had Chinatown, some smaller buildings, a train station, and a train track for the Horizon Express. Obviously, that's gone now. I was getting sick of that anyway. It didn't look good. Yeah, I did not like that area at all, so I'm glad I got rid of it. It's actually in some boxes. I didn't really take any buildings apart. I just put them in boxes. Uh, about in less than a year from now, you're going to see me packing up a lot of this stuff anyway, so I said to myself, you know what, just get rid of the ugly stuff, get a head start on packing those. So I decided to do that. And anything that I got for Christmas that didn't fit into the initial city went down there. That was a new thing, the Mac Anthem that I got last month. I got Ninjago City, a few other things. I've got the Amtrak mock that I did, and a few other vehicles that didn't fit into the city either. I got some parts on the floor because that's the only space that I have to build, so I have piles of parts on the floor because I'm working on a lot of stuff right now. What I've been focusing on is this area. This is going under a major change. I never really knew what I wanted to put in here until now. So what I decided to do was create a big open space where people could walk around. I could have markets, advertising, stuff like that. I wanted it to feel somewhat like a Faneuil Hall type of setup, just without like a big market, maybe like smaller little stands. But over here, I decided to have an outdoor seating, eating area, not owned by any particular restaurant or anything. It's just there. So anyone can come up there and sit. I'm going to build some tables. I got some umbrellas up there, and I used a new technique that I had just learned using the stands for levers. I attach them on the sides of these posts, and I was able to put the window inserts in there to create a nice glass kind of, I don't know, like effect, and I like how that looks. I'm pretty happy with that outdoor area in general. To be honest, the way that I really want my city to look and feel is I love. I actually already have a Crown Victoria. I have two. This is one of them. They're both 2011s, which was the last model year that that they made for Crown Victorias, which is kind of sad because they were awesome cars, still are. That's why I have a few in the department, even though they are getting phased out for the FPIUs and some other models. Not, I've been keeping up with that. I haven't seen a lot of the new hybrid cars. I think the LAPD picked up a few, but I haven't really been following. I've been following that, but I haven't seen a whole lot. Uh, I'm not sure what's going on with Ford, to be honest. I heard that they were ending production for the Tauruses, and something about a possible ending production for the F-150s. I don't think so. I'm not sure about the F-150s because that's their best-selling truck. It wouldn't make sense for them to stop production, so I'm not sure. But anyway, I have a slight idea of what's going in here. I want to put up some sort of advertising setup right here. Maybe a bus stop or some sort of like public restroom. I'm not sure. I really do want to think about it because, you know, probably some trees, greenery, stuff like that. Uh, I want my city to look and feel like you took Boston, like you took downtown Boston, like the financial district and, the Commons and that whole area. I want it to make it feel like you took that and dropped it in the center of Los Angeles. That's kind of the inspiration behind my cities, the cities of Boston and Los Angeles. So I've got kind of like this like West Coast thing going on with the palm trees and the greenery and all that stuff. But then you got like some of these older buildings clashed with modern architecture. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Of course, I think the thing that really gives it an LA vibe is the Palace Cinema, which the Lego designers obviously based off of the, I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, the movie theater in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. So I really like the look of that. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of my plans right now. I do have another building that I want to work on because I don't have enough. Uh, well, no, they're not stopping all their sedans because they still got the hybrid ones for like civilian use. The Taurus isn't their only sedan. They've got plenty others. I just can't name them off the top of my head. I can name pretty much all of their all their F series and E series stuff, but I don't familiarize myself too much with the sedans and stuff like that. They still got their SUVs like the Explorer, and now they got the that EcoSport and the Expedition and stuff like that. Still got all those. Those are still going strong, but it's definitely nothing compared to their truck sales. That is what they're mainly known for anyway. So it makes sense why they would try and focus more on the trucks rather than the sedans. I mean, if you actually go out and drive on American roads, you'll see a lot more people owning SUVs rather than, sedans. But anyway, I do have a new building in the works. Because I don't have enough of those profile bricks at the moment to finish off the EMS station or do anything with the architecture firm, I do want to start off a new building right here. It's a relatively small one. I want to put a small grocery store right here, have the entrance for some luxury condos, which will then be placed on top of that. So I'll have the entrance and what would be an elevator shaft going here, grocery store here, and then condos going out from that. I already have a design in my head. Now the only thing to do is think of the color palette. Yeah, the fusion. But anyway, that's the plan for now. I actually took this out. I want to make a new bus stop. This is way too big. I do want to find some more tree pieces and greenery to actually finish it up. Get some more greenery, because this place, even though I like this setup, I still want to get some more greenery in there. I got some bushes. I like how those look. So I might want to continue that throughout this entire area. I am going to leave a big space here for motorcycle, just because I have these motorcycles set up here. Then I'm going to add some pylons surrounding this whole thing to stop cars. You know, they have them all over the place in cities, just to protect like open spaces from, you know, car crashes or like any sort of thing. You know, so I'll have pylons and maybe some lighting. Gotta have some small lights placed throughout this area too. Tutorials. I already said that the motorcycle is getting a tutorial tomorrow. I think the Crown Victoria will be getting another tutorial. Because my old tutorial for the Ford Explorers is pretty much obsolete now because I changed the design, I kind of feel obligated to do a new tutorial on that. I got a few other vehicles that I do want to show you. Not going to show them right now. I kind of want to leave those for another video soon. So I'm going to leave that for now. Yeah, I think that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, you feel free to ask them. Actually, I did want to tell you something. I do want to do a Q&A video sometime next week. Maybe do a mini tutorial series like the ladders. I don't know. I don't know. The pump systems. Yeah, those are pretty easy. I could do that. Yeah, I might do ladders and pump systems. Any more trains? Not at the moment, no. Uh, about 3 months ago, I was working on a gondola car for my Union Pacific mock. I never finished that. I still have the parts to it. I can finish it, but I don't feel like doing it because I already have. It's gonna be pretty hard to fit that in the train yard. I do want to have a second track in there, but it's still gonna be pretty hard to fit it in. So I'm not really sure because my Amtrak is already down on the floor. Uh, I did make that Pierce cab tutorial a while back. I'm not sure about the whole fire truck. Mostly because it's a big thing. I'm not sure. I have to think about it. Because tutorials really aren't the big part of my channel. I mainly focus on mock showcases and city updates. But anyway, I wanted to do a Q&A video next week. So either on my last video, on tomorrow's video, or on today's live stream after I close it out, because I'm not going to write down questions right now. Leave some questions that you want answers to, and I will answer them in my Q&A. I mean, I'll also respond to comments as well. I would show the fire trucks, but thing is, nothing has changed on them. If you do really want to see them, this fire truck hasn't changed at all. There's a post on my Instagram about that. There's really nothing interesting about my fire trucks, to be honest. I can show some of them, the ones that have changed at least. So I'll do that. Only two of them. I don't work on my fire department as much anymore, if ever. So, first one, Hazmat Unit. This was a new one based off of the Detroit Fire Department, with my own details, of course. Very basic in its build. Got a Pierce cab, obviously. That is what I do the most, is Pierce cabs. At least that's what it seems like they do the most of. We got Rescue 2, which is also a Pierce cab. It's a Velocity. Again, nothing groundbreaking in its build or setup. Just a fire truck. I mean, if you want to see some really good fire trucks, go check out people on the Lego Fire community on Instagram, because they've got some really good looking things that are better than mine. To be honest, I don't know. I don't care too much for my fire department. I do want to change it a lot, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm talking years from now, because I don't have the parts. I don't feel like doing it, and I don't have the money, even though I got a job and I got a paycheck today for $102. I don't feel like doing anything to my fire department right now. I have a lot of other things that I want to focus on. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me about that, but I don't know. I don't, I'm sorry, but I don't think I really want to do much for tutorials. I like doing small stuff because it takes a lot of work to do tutorials. It does. And I don't have LDD. Yep. Hopefully my next paycheck will be bigger. I am spending it on other stuff than Legos though, because, you know, I do have a life outside of this, believe it or not. You know, so I don't know. So, I don't know. But anyway, again, leave questions in the comments on at the end of this live stream, on the last video, or on tomorrow's video for a Q&A and responding to your comments video next week. So, I'll also be asking this on Instagram too. You can leave questions, comments there. I'll make sure to write them all down, get that done. Yeah, I do. I have a few SWAT trucks. I have the Ford Explorer one, just a FPIU. I'm not sure if you can see that. FPIU, just blacked out. Nothing special there. But what people really like to see is the Bearcat. That is, I'm very proud of this. Let me get you a better view of it. I'm very proud of this. This has been, to be honest, one of my best mocks. One that I will never change because I have found a look that I love. And that's pretty much it. You know, people have, a lot of people like this. You know, on Instagram, I get people saying, hey, Jake, can I use that design for your Bearcat? Hey, Jake, can you show me how to do this on your Bearcat? Can you, you know, I really like your Bearcat. They love the Bearcat. That is their, I think that is my most popular mock. I'm not kidding. That is my most popular mock out of any of them. Yeah, and yes, I do have tow trucks. I have one. It's a very large wrecker, so it doesn't fit into my city. This was built last summer in August. This massive thing that does not fit in the shot, I have to give you a wide angle for it, so I'm going to put it over, I don't know, here. I'm going to take you over there. So yeah, this is it. It's a Peterbilt 379? Yeah, 379. I just remembered that. I gotta fix that rear view mirror on that truck. Damn. Okay. So yeah, Peterbilt. Got this large wrecker chassis build right here with a rotating boom. Got a light bar up there in orange. These are outriggers. Outriggers. I got a roll-up door, and it is identical on the other side. On the back, you've got some tow hookups. Got the crane set up there too. Got all that stuff. And because it's so big, doesn't really fit into my, you know what? No, I'm gonna make this fit into my city. God damn it, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So, we can move this car. We don't need that. We'll put it right here. Going onto the freeway. There we go. That looks nice. Alright. We're gonna put that car there. So yeah. In less important news, I changed the wheels on this. See? You don't care. No one cares, because that's not important. We don't need to focus on it. What else was I gonna show you in this video? I'm really bad at remembering things. You know what? We need to go back to the hospital, because there's a lot in there that you haven't seen. So we're gonna look at that. That is the thing that I forgot. So here we go. So that you saw what I was doing with this. Now you get to see what I'm doing with this. So I'm redoing all the floors of the hospital. And this is the second floor. This is the surgical wing. Again, connecting bridge. It's gonna go right here. Operating room. So now I have 2 operating rooms in this hospital, which is much better. This one does match the style of the one on this side. Got that blue floor tiles. Got a wash-in station right here. That with a door, some doors. So got a door to the operating room like that. So I got that nice setup. Then you got your pre-op, post-op setup right here. Just 4 beds in one large room. I did change up the design for my hospital beds. These are a bit smaller and a lot more easy to maneuver. They can be tilted up and down like that. Still got those wheels on them. I think that looks really nice. So you got those in there. And then you got this waiting area. So I've got a small nurse's station, some chairs and stuff. And so throughout the entire hospital, that's the design for the beds that I'm going with. So that's what I'm really excited about. Of course, I told you that I'm laying off that project for a little bit because I do want to work on other stuff. With my new condo building that I'm planning on putting up, that is not going to have an interior except for the grocery store. That is going to have a fully fleshed out interior, but there's going to be no interior for any of the condos. I might do one condo, but I'm not going to do them all because I don't have the parts. So what you guys really didn't see in depth the last time was the new emergency room. That still needs a lot of work, like this area. So I won't really spend too much time. I do have some new stuff. So I've got this small little crash cart with a defibrillator. And then if I take off this section, you can see the trauma bays. So I've got 2 trauma bays here and a third one over here. And if I can get you in there, I can show you that area, which is basically somewhat of an outpatient center. It's also another entrance and exit to the hospital. So now I have 4 entrance and exits to the hospital, which is a lot more realistic than just having one. So that I'm very happy about. So let me put this roof back on and I can show you some more stuff. Close up the video, give my final thoughts on everything. Of course, with these red pylons, it is a little bit challenging to actually put the floors back on, but how often am I going to actually take off the floors anyway? So I don't worry about that. I really don't. I just say, screw it, and do what I want to do to make at least the exterior look nice. If I really want to, I will make the interior really nice looking, flesh it out, do all that stuff that I want to do. Police motorcycle, yep. There's a video on that. Just uploaded that yesterday. I've started to upload videos right after I've finished editing and filming them. That way I don't slack on video making. I can get right into it, so I can really start to crank out new videos. Sunday there will be a new video. That won't be the Q&A. The Q&A will be coming, I want to say, Monday or Tuesday, depending on how many questions and comments I get by then. But my next video will be on a little car mock. I moved it out of the screen so you guys wouldn't see too much of it. Kind of happy about that. It's nothing too big, too special, but it really just cements that I'm moving in a new direction, away from some of the emergency vehicles, to start to really, work on the civilian sector. Because I already have fully furbished police, fire, and EMS. I already have plenty of that. But what I don't have is public transportation, waste management, city services like electrical and water. I don't have those departments. That is what I need to do. And I don't have too many civilian cars. And I definitely need more commercial and buildings in the civilian sector. Because I've got fire stations. I got 2 fire stations, a police station, an EMS station, and a hospital. But, I don't have an apartment building. That's why I want to build those condos, because I don't have a proper apartment building yet, and I need to build one. I actually scrapped an idea for a second police precinct earlier this week, because I said to myself, why have another precinct that's like not even a block away? And why do that when I could put a hotel or a, I don't know, a school, hell, whatever I want to do. Put something else there rather than having another police or fire building. Put something else in. I don't need any of those stuff, because this is quite a confined area. I don't even need 2 fire stations in the same area. This area is just a snapshot of what would be a much larger city. So, yeah. Of course, what I forgot to point out was when I took down the city, well, at least some of it, to put in the tables and raise this whole thing up, I also got rid of the airport. That wasn't much of a disappointment for me, because I wasn't a huge fan of my airport in the first place. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I did not have the parts, time, or money to actually flesh out a fully functional and good looking airport. It just wasn't feasible. So I said, just put the planes away, put the airport away, use the pieces for something else. And that turned out to be such a good idea, because now I have more parts and more space to actually work with. And I think my city in general is heading in a good direction. I love it, even though it's getting taken down in like less than 11 months. It still is fun to put it together. It's still fun to build new things, because that way, in the future, I can take this stuff out of the box and say, oh my gosh, this stuff is really good. I don't even need to change it for a new city. I can just add these things in, not worry about anything, have the really good buildings like the police station. That is, to be honest, by far, the police station is my favorite building and of my custom ones, and will forever be. I love the color scheme. I love the setup. So that one's never going to change. Maybe the interior, but the exterior, I love it. Never going to change that. I'm rambling here. I need to stop. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. Maybe. Uh, I've been getting new subs really quickly now. It was funny. I was at 700 subs one day, I think. And then I came back 2 days later. I hadn't even made a new video. This was this week, mind you. I was at 827 subs. Now I'm up to 833. So I think I'm getting a steady pace of subscribers. So I should have 1,000 by December, if not sooner. If I keep up a constant flow of videos, I should reach 1,000 subs by either October or November. Yeah. Um, well, I said I'd make a new tutorial video because I already made a new Explorer like 3 months ago. But this is it. You can see like other photos of it, uh, maybe a more in-depth explanation of it on my Instagram. So go check that out. If you guys don't know what my Instagram is, it is Brick Angeles. I actually have to finish this video up though because I am running low on battery. I'm at 20%, and I'm gonna this phone's gonna die before I even finish this. So maybe a live stream tomorrow. I don't know because I like talking about this stuff. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ask questions for my Q&A. The normal YouTuber spiel, what they all say at the end of the video. That cringy stuff. So, see you guys next time. Peace out.